What is going on, guys? Baint from R8X Digital making a quick video for you guys today to share with you something that landscapers absolutely need to grow their business. Now, this is not a clickbait title. This is something that you absolutely should have and should, invest in at some point if you want to scale your landscaping business. And I'm going to show you exactly how this all works, right? So I'm recording this video right now kind of on a whim off the top of my head because this literally just happened. And I thought in my head that this was a great example of some of the jobs and some of the clients and the people that you're missing out on by not having a digital presence and specifically having a website or Google business profile that is ranking high in Google. And there's a million reasons why that's important. But in this particular instance, I'm going to share with you exactly what kinds of people you are leaving on the table, what kind of jobs are being left on the table. And I'm going to explain more about that because I know you've heard this all before. But here is a real life example from a real life client that we started working with probably 4 or 5 months ago. Had absolutely nothing. We built their website from scratch, have been doing SEO for a couple months now to improve its rankings. And these are some of the results that are coming from that. Okay. So this client right here, Chris, and just for a little bit of context, this company is based in Chicago. So I try not to reveal too much information about my clients or the people that they're doing work for, just out of respect for their privacy. Also, that creates issues within my own business as well. But for a little bit more context, this company is based in Chicago, high population, a lot of competition. We started their website completely from scratch. They didn't have one before this. So to be able to get the website built and ranking in a city like that, where there's a lot more competition than, your average kind of town, just goes to show how powerful these kinds of things can be. And if you do it, and if you do it correctly, like these are the kinds of projects that you're going to be attracting that you would have been leaving on the table otherwise. And what I want you to do first is just read this review with me because it tells a lot about the client and what they were looking for, and specifically how how the landscaping business was able to deliver something. There's just so many things that I want to talk about in this video. So stick around because I'm going to go kind of in depth here. So Chris says, on a whim, and that's a big thing to keep in mind here. On a whim, I requested a quote for, actually, no, let me do this. I'll zoom in so you guys can see this like clear as day. I'll move my mug out of the way as well. And let me do this in white so that we can see on here. And we'll do that. Oops, a little too much. Okay, so on a whim, which means this person just, hey, I one day was just thinking about my paver patio and decided that I wanted to do this. So that's an important piece of information right here. I requested a quote for a paver patio expansion that I've been putting off for almost a year, primarily because I figured that working with a contractor would be a hassle. Important piece of information right there too. And the space had some odd features like a random manhole in the middle. And as a former landscaper, I figured I could DIY it eventually. And I'm so glad that I went with XYZ Landscaping Company. I had a quote within minutes. They coordinated the materials and work via text, and they had the job scheduled and completed within weeks, all without me having to miss any work. The work was professionally done, looks spectacular, and has received compliments from my neighbors. Would definitely recommend this company and plan to use them again. So let's go over all of these highlighted things and explain why this is very, very important information, and we can gather a lot of data and important things, facts from this single review. And I guarantee you, if you go and you look at the reviews of other companies and maybe your own as well, if you have a significant amount, there's so many things that you can learn by looking at these things. This is the biggest one right here. On a whim, meaning not planned, not intentional. This is someone that wasn't necessarily planning, hey, I'm going to get this paver patio done. It's kind of spur of the moment. And what did they do? They searched on Google. Paver patio installation near me, paver patio installers, contractors, whatever, which happens to be one of the keywords that we are focusing on ranking for this company's business right away. And this lead, this customer right here was actually one of the first clients that submitted through the contact form on their website. And this is the screenshot of the contact form here. So you can see that it came in through their website, and obviously the result of that is, okay, so we built the website, we got the website ranking in Google. And if they weren't in that position, and if they didn't have a website to begin with, this is a job and a review that they never would have gotten, right? So this is, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is there are plenty of people just like Chris here who one day are just like, hey, you know what? Let's get this project taken care of. Screw it. It's time. We got to get this off our plate, right? So they go on Google and they search landscaper near me, paver patio installer near me. Who can do this thing? Who can solve this problem that I have, which is my pavers need to get changed, need to get expanded, whatever. If you did not have a website, and specifically if you did not have a website that was ranking at the top for the term that this gentleman searched to find the contractor that he was going to use to fix this problem, to have his patio redone, you were not even in the discussion. You were not even in the conversation. You had 0% chance of getting this job, right? Why do I say this? Because the guys that are like, word of mouth will keep my business going. Yeah, I don't need a website. What's the value in it really? Like, I get a lot of my clients from other places. I don't want to invest in SEO. It's expensive, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what this project costs. This literally happened 3 hours ago. So I still have to talk to this client and figure out, hey, like, if I wish I had the number to give you what their margin on this was, but I guarantee you, whatever it was, it's paid for my services for probably a month or two off the bat, right? So whatever investment they've made in getting their website built and getting it ranked in this particular area has probably paid for itself already, just off of this one project alone. Now imagine all the other leads and all the other phone calls, other projects that are going to come in through this site over the course of the year, as we're literally only about to get into April. So spring rush is here for sure, but there's still a long time. There's still a pretty good window, a couple months, where landscaping is going to be in high demand, and most people are going to be, getting a lot of phone calls being booked out, and a lot of people are interested in, having these services done, which leads me kind of to the next thing we should talk about here. Having a quote within minutes, coordinating everything via text, completed within weeks. And I know a lot of you guys, maybe you're booked out, you can't do this, but this goes into a little beyond the SEO side of things, just the marketing side of things. Now we're talking about like how to actually deliver a quality service, how to run a good business where people are going to go out of their way to leave 5-star reviews like this, which only helps your Google business profile, which only helps your website, and it feeds into itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have your website, you have the Google business profile built, you're ranking it, you're getting it out there, it's attracting more clients. These clients love your service, you perform great work. They give more reviews, which only boosts it higher in search results. It's a compounding positive feedback loop. So if you don't have these systems and you don't have these things set up, I don't know what you're doing. Anyways, without a hassle, someone that was a former landscaper considering doing it themselves. Now, let's touch on this a little bit more too, because there's a couple different directions that I could take this in. For one, from an SEO technical marketing perspective, like me looking at this, there are plenty of people out there that are just like this, that think they can do the work themselves, and they don't realize that they need a contractor to help them, because these projects, oftentimes the homeowner will start it themselves and then they realize they've bitten off more than they can chew, and they've already kind of like messed some stuff up. So you're walking into this like landmine of, they tried to do it themselves, they messed a lot of things up, and now you're here polishing the turd, fixing what they did wrong, and then starting over again, right? So to save them the hassle of having to do with this, I can't show examples of client websites, but if you go and look at a website that's professionally done, there's going to be content, hopefully, in the blog section of that website where there's a lot of articles and information being published about how homeowners can do things themselves, if it's the right time to hire a contractor, why they should hire a contractor. Because if someone like this is on Google searching, best DIY hardscaping tips or stuff like that, my clients, their websites have articles about those things that are ranking. So the people like this guy that are searching, oh, could I do this myself? They find an article that's written by a landscaping company saying, hey, if you're going to try it yourself, do this, this, and this. But here are some things you should be aware of. If you're not feeling like you're so motivated to do this anymore, here's our contact form, drives them back to the website, lead, close, project, revenue. You see what I'm saying? So there's just so much that can be unpacked in this review, and I absolutely love it. And I had to take the opportunity to make this video because there's just so much that we can extract from this. And the beautiful thing of it is this client is telling you exactly what you need to be doing as a business owner to be more successful, right? These are all the things that we loved about working with this company. Thank you so much. If you're a landscaper and you're not doing these things, instant quotes, coordinating with customers via text, so you're not phone calling them, you're not emailing them, you're not sending them a letter in the mail, instant communication via text messages, it's all professionally handled, you're doing quality work, and you're making it so there's zero hassle for them. This guy was expecting that he was going to have to miss work to basically sit at home and babysit the contractor to make sure that they weren't screwing, shit up in their yard doing these hardscaping projects, which is the same way that a lot of homeowners probably feel. So if you can deliver amazing results, be professional in how you coordinate, schedule, book, and close the job, and then also give them that trust and that confidence in you to where they feel like they can just let you do your job, they can handle their day-to-day life and know that their project's being taken care of by a pro. And then they can come back, see, wow, this was amazing. You guys are great. I'm going to go leave this 5-star review for you so you can go get more clients. This is the kind of stuff that you should be focusing on, right? But to bring this all full circle and wrap this up, because I don't want this video to get too long, this all came from a website, from someone that was on a whim, in their own words, happened to be searching on Google, trying to find the right person. And this website was ranked there, and they happened to just be in the right place at the right time and caught this lead. So again, just to recap, there are so many jobs that are happening just like this one, where the client doesn't even know that they're really ready to do this thing. They just decide one day that they're going to go and find a landscaper to do this thing. Now, this client also says that they used to be a landscaper themselves. So they probably know another landscaper or know a landscaping company or know someone in the area that could have done this job. But no, they went to Google and searched for someone to handle this project for them. And my client, being in the position they were, where they have a website and it's ranking for paver patio related search terms, got this job, probably a couple $1,000s in revenue added to their business. And just if you're not doing stuff like this, you're missing out. And I know I've said it a million times, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but the guys that are like, I don't want to do this, I don't know if it's worth it, I don't need a website, word of mouth, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, your company might still grow. Word of mouth, it does spread, and it is the best form of marketing that you're going to have. But you're leaving $1,000 projects like this one on the table, and it's just easy, dude. Not many companies know what it takes to rank themselves in Google. So if you can do that, you're going to absorb and soak up a lot of these kind of miscellaneous projects where people are just going to Google and searching for their landscaper. All right. So if you guys need help with this, if this is something that you're interested in and you want to implement a website and a system like this for your business, feel free to use the first link in the description to book a call with me. We can go over what that would look like, if it makes sense for you, and if it's us working together in any capacity would be a good fit. So without further ado, thank you guys for your time. If you got some value out of this video, like, subscribe. We'll be back with more landscape marketing content very soon. And until next time, guys, catch you later. Peace.